Hello guys, hello YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria. Thank you for everyone that is here at this moment. I truly appreciate you guys. I know my hair kind of looks bad right now, but I had to do this video because I know it's been a minute that I've not uploaded.
Living life online ain't nothing better. Victoria's bubble, we're all going together. From the popcorn challenges to the DIYs, we're hopping on the bubble, reaching for the skies, dancing through the videos, catching all the feels. From the top trends to the funny appeal. Victoria's bubble, keeping us entertained with every video. It's a brand new game, unboxing surprises, it's always a hit. Victoria's bubble, we just can't quit.
So today I'm discussing something very interesting about things that lead to, how do I say this, things that, or what leads to friends outgrowing each other. Yeah, basically friendship breakups and all that, especially friendships that you've had for a long time as you grow and everything. Yes, so it's from, I don't know, it's not really a personal experience, but it's something that I've noted, and I think it's time, or maybe I should discuss it. So reasons why unakaa hivi unaona hii beshte kuna venye inadidimia ama inakufa or whatever, you have outgrown each other. Why? So let's get into it. I think the first reason is changing interests. No one talks about how hard it is trying to stay friends when you actually know that your interests are changing. Maybe you've been friends from high school and then you realize at a certain point in your life there are certain things you liked, and the reason why you and your friend became friends is only because that you had same interests. And as you grow, things change, people start liking different things. Maybe you'll maintain liking those things, maybe they won't, and then you find yourself struggling with having to, you don't reason in the same grounds with your friend. That is one reason that definitely will lead to that gap or separation between you and your friends, changing interests. You'll find that some people get deep in Christianity, and then you find one that was deep in Christianity now wants to party and do all that type of things, and that definitely leads to that gap between friends. The second reason why I think friendships end, you outgrow your friends, for what reasons? I think the second reason is personal growth. Yeah, I think when you are personal growth, basically I would say that because you want to grow in different directions. You want to grow and you really need to work on your career, what you need to do with your life, and you find yourself just growing apart. Like personally I would say there are friends who I had for a long time, and I'm an introvert, so I don't make friends with that. I'm also socially not someone who that outgoing, so making friends is a little bit slower for me. And there was a time that I was staying in Eldoret and I had so many friends, but then I moved because of work, and you find yourself in a position where the friendship is hard to maintain because there's some who are in school, there's some who are graduating, there's some who are moving to the United States, there's some who are moving abroad, there's some who, yeah, life changes for everyone, and that growth leads to that separation, or rather that gap. Another reason is life stages. Where this is something that I have known for a very long time, that life stages will take your friends away from you. I remember when I was in high school, I had this one best friend for a very long time. Like we were friends from the first day, and I mean the first day of admission in high school until tukamaliza form 4. And we were so close. Even after Form 4, we used to hang out a lot. And then coincidentally, she got a casual job somewhere, and I was nearby, like in the same, almost the same street. So we'd see each other every day after work. So we were really close for a very long time. Until my friend, I went to school, but we were still friends. I used to come back home, and she's the first person I'm looking for, you know. She was doing business, she was doing good. Then she told me that she's getting married. She has a wedding coming up. And I remember telling her, I am so sure, like I know, so I don't know if she can remember, but I remember telling her, I am so sure you getting married, no matter how close we are, will definitely just change the dynamics of our friendship. And it did. It did, because I was still in school. She was getting married. She was deep into church activities. I was in school. We were now we were in different towns. So that I also felt, I don't know why, but I remember at her wedding, I know she doesn't know this, but I remember at her wedding I actually shed a tear, actually cried, because I knew I was losing my friend. I knew I was going to lose her, because when someone gets married, you don't want to be there all the time. You can't be doing that. Plus, she now has a husband to spend time with, so you can't just be calling her. And at some point it got to a place where calling her, I wouldn't call her for too long, or I feel like that the conversation is going, it's like she's not really there. You know, the husband is there, mwezi tuanza udaku mingi and talking a lot, so you feel like you're interfering. You start unza kujitoa pole pole, and you just end up distancing. You start talking from every hour to once a day to 3 times a week to 3 times a year, and yeah, and then you get to the point where if you pop or you post something, that's when they comment, and that's when you have a conversation. So yeah, that's sad, but unfortunately it's life. The other thing, or the other reason for outgrowing friendships, is different priorities. People have different priorities. Like, for example, that situation of my friend getting married or having a wedding, that meant that she had different priorities right now, you know. On Sundays, most of the Sundays, because those were the only days that we were off from work, we'd meet up, we'd go to take each other. We were so close. Damn, we were so close. We would take each other out. Like every Sunday we had somewhere we had planned to go. We would surprise each other with outfits. And you see, now she is married, my priorities change. I can't just be looking for her every Sunday we hang out. She has a husband, she has to go to church, I have to go to church. So we kept straining a little bit with priorities. You know, I wanted to stay close. She wanted to stay close too, but that couldn't have worked given that she was married right now. She had to take care of her husband, her family, build a home. So yeah. Another reason why we outgrow friendships, communication issues. Wow, communication issues. I can say with all my previous friendships, I've always been good at all the other things, but I struggle sometimes with communication. That is a fault I can take. I do struggle with communication. I don't know why. I love you, I still want to communicate with you, but sometimes I can be texting you every day. But I think that is part of the journey. I think it's part of growth and priorities. Sometimes you have a lot of work, you're working, you're here, you're planning your life out, and you can't just always have time to communicate with friends. I know it's bad. There are people who are good at communication, but it's bad. I know it has ruined friendships for me. A little distance in friendship, when you don't talk over a little period, it creates a gap. So communication is definitely an important thing, but especially if it's a long distance friendship, a friendship that you don't get to meet your friend every now and then. That is really like, I don't know, it's like normal even in relationships. Of course, communication will always it's key. So you end up losing your friends just because you didn't communicate. And you know, sometimes you don't communicate for a week and you're like, or you have to communicate, or rather she's creating time and you're telling her, let me reach out to you in a few hours, and then you reach out 3 days later and then they think you don't want, you're not interested in a friendship, and then one thing leads to another, and then you start talking a month or so, and yeah, you keep going out of each other's life basically. So the last point, these points are basically from my own experiences or my own observations. So yes, so I think the last one is conflict and betrayal. This is the ultimate, what do I say, it's the icebreaker. No, not icebreaker, what is the name? Anyway, this will lead to automatically ending our friendship, of course. Conflict and betrayal. A friend can betray you, and let me tell you, there's nothing that hurts more. In fact, friendship breakups, especially if it's someone who was so close to you, like your best friend who it was literally sisterhood, and then you end up breaking up with this person, or they betray you in a certain way, you don't see people the same anymore. You don't see things, you see things very different. And forgiving is easy, forgetting though. So I think there's always a struggle, and once our friends betray you, you perceive them as an enemy. You don't see anything good in them anymore. You always feel the betrayal, and it's so hard, and it's so sad in ways which I think the reason why friendship breakups are so painful is also because the betrayals are usually so big. Even in relationships, people betray each other slightly average. There are friendship betrayals that will send you off. There are betrayals that you cannot just forget, you cannot just forgive. You actually start hating. So I know those kind of betrayals because they hurt too much. So I think betrayal or having a conflict, maybe disagreeing on something and it's too much, causing effects on your friendship, of course you guys are going to part ways or break up. So yes, I know that video was short, but that was very important to learn, guys. So let's subscribe, let's watch this video to the end. I'm trying to make shorter videos. I don't want to prolong talks that are so boring and people are not interested in. But basically I think those are things that break friendships. So if you have a friend that you really don't want to lose, look at those aspects, know where things, but then again, outgrowing each other, growth, career, there are things that you cannot control, and it's okay to accept that some people are just meant to be in your life for certain stages or certain periods, and that's just life. Maybe nature or life will connect you back some way, but embrace the time you have with friends right now, embrace the parts you are going through right now, and embrace every step of your journey. You'll meet new friends, you'll forget old friends. There are old friends that you'll stay with them for a very long time, and there are friends that you'll lose after a short period. So these things vary. As long as you're a good person, then give it your all. Ikifika mahali the stage where you guys need to part with, then that's just life. So make sure you don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share. I do appreciate everyone that visits my page. I know I have not been consistent, but I'm coming back. So guys, thank you. Continue sharing, liking, and leave a comment. Tell me what made you and your best friend to break up, or your friend. What is that one thing that separated you guys? Yes. So until next video, bye bye.